Let's face it, making content is difficult, especially if you're just starting out. Spending hours on a video only for it to get like 4 views, most of which being from your mother, can get very discouraging very fast. Which is why I'm always an advocate for becoming inspired by other content creators who've been where you're at and have still been able to succeed. And thanks to Dreamcon, I've been able to get that inspiration once a year, live and in person. Now, for those of you guys that don't know what Dreamcon is, it's an anime gaming convention created by the guys at RDC World, which really marks the turning point for conventions, as it's a place where blah, blah, blah. This year, I was invited to go with the press pass. And with the behind the scenes access that I got, I really wanted to get to the bottom of what it takes to become a big content creator. What do you think it takes? What do you think it takes? What do you think it takes? What does it take to become a big creator? What do you think it takes, bro?
Hard work.
Man, it ain't even hard. All you need is a camera and an idea. And
I don't know. Well, a big creator, I don't know.
Yeah.
That is a great question. Ooh, that's a tough question.
I don't even know yet, because I'm not even. I'm working on it right now, but definitely
like someone who's different than everybody else. You know, that's what makes a big content creator, because
it's not really a big creator to me. Like, you know, obviously the following and the name. Right. But at the end of the day,
self-motivation and
confidence, because what you learn to become a creator, you learn on the journey. It's not about where you want to go. It's about...
Now, after talking to these content creators face to face, I've come to the conclusion that it only really takes 3 things to become a big content creator. So come along. I'm putting y'all on free game right now. Y'all better be paying attention, all right? You got your notepad, you're taking notes. Thing number 1.
Consistency.
Hard work, consistency.
You have to be consistent, like so consistent.
Right.
You have to stay consistent.
consistency is key.
Consistency is the key, all right? We get it. Consistency is the key. But you know, of course, if all these big content creators are saying the same thing, that must mean
it's just true. It's like, well, what do I need to do to be healthy? Drink water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be consistent.
Every content creator that I talked to had a level of consistency when it came to their content. The degree at which they were consistent, however, was pretty flippin' wild.
On Vine, I used to do like 5 videos a day. Don't recommend that. That was a lot.
Like my grind on TikTok, in order to just get eyes on me, I posted 12 videos a day.
Right.
I was putting out like 2 or 3 videos a week.
When I made the switch to Instagram, like 3 or 2 videos a day.
Wow.
YouTube, I switched to 3 videos a week. Again,
Don't recommend
it.
it.
Now I wouldn't. I wouldn't say I wouldn't recommend 3 videos a week, but it is a lot when you're doing everything. Right. If you got like if you got a team behind you, it's a little bit more manageable. But depending on what y'all doing, because you get somebody.
Yeah, but if you're someone like you who's like setting up the cameras, the lighting, like everything, like by yourself, it's probably gonna be a lot harder.
It's tedious. Even I don't be hitting 1 video a week nowadays, because it's just real busy. But hey, at the end of the day, I'm trying to, try to hit 1 video a week.
All right, 1 video a week, that sounds good. Maybe you can even squeeze out 2 to 3. But something that I also noticed is that consistency doesn't only mean how often you post. It also means what type of content you end up posting. This is what a lot of people like to call a niche and or a style of making content.
Find your niche.
Yeah.
If you don't have a niche, create one.
What's your niche?
Anime.
Anime?
I feel like there's no niche from that.
It's
like an open variety of stuff that you can do.
Your niche is
Anime, gaming.
Skits,
Okay.
mainly like anime skits,
Got you.
and like anime commentary.
Cool.
Sometimes stories and stuff, but mostly rants.
I'll like turn a popular sound into like an anime version.
Me and the crew Wolf Graphic, like we like to recreate like anime scenes, like make them into like live action stuff.
Okay.
I do cosplays.
Right.
So then I'll take my cosplays and like I'll do a little video.
Give me an
with the
example.
cosplay.
Who you be cosplaying as?
I did a Misa cosplay from Death Note.
Okay,
I did a Misa cosplay.
That's fire.
Yeah.
All right, now let me get up close and personal with y'all. Every time I hear the word niche, I cringe, because for so long I've seen it as a prison that restricts me to only one type of content. However, on my journey, I've come to recognize that a niche is more like a tool or a spotlight to get eyes on you. And until you're able to completely shine on your own, you're probably gonna need that spotlight.
For me, coming up, it was like anime themed
Right,
stuff.
right.
So like anime themed stuff is what got me, like what attracted more followers. But to me, I'm like, dang, I'm not all about anime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love anime, But I'm
Yeah,
just
I like
not all
gaming.
about
I like all this other stuff too. Like, it's
Feel
not
me?
just anime. We'll talk more about niche later on, but as of right now, it's a good idea to look at consistency on your platforms the same way that you look at consistency in any of your relationships. Because the more consistent you are with someone in real life, the more likely they are to trust you. And that's the same thing with your internet audience as well. Once they begin to trust you, they're gonna be more likely to support you, thus giving you more leverage to, you know, try whatever else that you want.
science stuff.
Right.
Like sci-fi, stuff like that. Even a little bit of geography and history, stuff like that. Like I tried to throw those in there as well as the anime stuff. And it's like, yeah, at first they didn't do that well.
Right.
But
Right.
later on, you know, they're there for you now. It's not just, oh, he's a guy that makes anime sketches. It's like, oh, he makes sketches.
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah. But getting to that point of trust with your audience is really hard. You gotta put in a lot of work. But becoming a big content creator isn't only about putting in the work. It's also about knowing how to put in the work. Thing number 2. Awareness. Now, unlike consistency, this wasn't something that was outright said by the content creators that I talked to. However, it was something that I peeped, you know? I'm just sitting down talking to them, and then all of a sudden I just realized, like, dang, these content creators are actually pretty smart. Oh, so you're saying that you didn't think that they were smart before? No, I was just trying to say that. Nah, you believe that just because they don't fit the modern average day-to-day standard of the capitalistic expectational jubilaic structure, which is in fact the 9 to 5, that they're intelligent. Yeah. Are you done? Yes. Anyway, I'm not trying to say that I didn't think of them as smart before. However, I will say that this instantly killed the notion that they just post videos willy-nilly. These big content creators are calculated in their approach, constantly taking in new information that they can use to manipulate your tiny pea brain from clicking off of the video. Or, you know, you can just say that they know what works and they continue to do that. Yeah.
I tend to know what kind of content does well on my page, and it's like you have to figure that out for yourself. And once you figure that out, just keep recreating the same video over and over again. Like, my most viral video was like 25 million views, and it was me singing Bluebird in my bathroom mirror.
One skit called If the Planets Had a Meeting, and it blew up overnight. I was basically personifying the different planets, and it was kind of like a lunch table banter, and I dropped part 1 in 2019, and it blew up overnight, millions of views, and everybody wanted part 2. So now I'm up to part 17, and I've made all different types of videos.
A whole
like
series,
if Juices had a meeting, if internet pirates were real, streaming platforms during quarantine.
And let's say that they don't know exactly what works for them. Well, they become aware of what works for other people, you know? So like other gamers, other ranters, stuff like that. Like, what are some things that they need to look at specifically?
I would say if you're trying to grow in anything, you want to do things that are relevant to everybody. Maybe choose current topics, right? Like if you make skits, for example, you could do a skit about versus battles. Like, you know, if you're a gamer, make sure that you're playing like the newest stuff.
Right.
If you're trying to grow, and then mix in some of the other things that you like personally along the way, because people are typing, literally, it's practical, they're typing the latest games, but they may not know your favorite cult classic. But if they're watching that, then they come back, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so how would you recommend somebody who also wants to pick up rants to like grow? Like, how would you recommend that?
Okay.
Yeah.
To grow,
Yeah.
you have to be on social media every single day, because you got to
Every single day?
all day.
Bro, social media is toxic. Like, are people really ready to be on that every single day?
You need to know the things to talk about.
Okay.
Say, for instance, how are you going to find things to rant about if you're not figuring out what other people
That's
want
true.
to talk about?
Watch their last 5 videos and then watch their first 5 videos, and you'll be able to see, like, if that was like 4 years in between, you'll get basically 4 years worth of editing and skit making knowledge that it took them 4 years to do. You'll get that in like an hour and a half. That's what I did.
Now pause. I know for a lot of content creators, it feels like you're giving up a piece of your artistic integrity whenever you focus on getting views. And that's valid, you know, because at the end of the day, you want to make what you want to make without the influence of others. But at the same time, you know, you got to make that bread. So that begs the question, should a content creator be more focused on what gets them views or making genuine content that makes them happy?
People are attracted to genuine content, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you are making genuine content, you're not just making videos to get the views and the numbers. The numbers and the views are gonna come. So it's like focus on the content first, always.
Go for popularity first. Do what is popular. You know what I mean? Get your name big and then go for the original stuff.
Now, at first, this can sound really confusing. On one hand, you have King Vader, who says that you should start with your original content first. On the other hand, you have Blasphemous, who says that you should start with the content that's going to make you popular. However, I've come to realize that they're both right, because they're both aiming for the content sweet spot. Content that's not only genuine to them, but content that also brings in the views. Some content creators are lucky because the content that's genuine to them automatically gets them views. Others have to grind it out on either side of the pole before reaching the sweet spot. One way that content creators do this is by using the Trojan horse tactic, where they find content that gets them popular and then they sneak in all of their original content. Regardless of wherever you ended up starting, I believe a big content creator is aware of their sweet spot and over time works to hit it consistently by not only understanding the platforms they're on, but also being aware of their own happiness.
My advice would be to stray away from trying to do only what works. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you want to do. Like, that's the only way you're going to be able to continue to, like, consistently and like, you know, quality wise as well, consistently come out with content. You got to be doing what you want to do. You have the desire to make that piece of content, whatever you're working on.
You're familiar with Hunter x Hunter, right?
Right, Hunter x Hunter.
There are different types of, you know, there are enhancers, transmuters, and so you have to figure out what type of content you have. You have to hone in on what your skills are and then the best platform to put it on.
Your job as a content creator is to service the people and like help them and with your content, you know, but you can't help others before you help yourself. Right. And I feel like you're not giving your best self to the people unless you got your mental, you know what I'm saying, your spiritual, your physical health in check.
But even if you have all the consistency and awareness in the world, that's still not going to be enough to make you a big content creator. Because at the end of the day, the internet is fast, and sometimes that speed can make you run straight into a brick wall. But to me, a big content creator is someone who doesn't fear running into those brick walls because they're able to find a way around them. This brings us to thing number 3. Adaptability. Now, I've been breaking things down this whole entire video, but let's go ahead and break things down even more. In terms of making content, adaptability is expressed in 3 ways. A willingness to change, a willingness to improve, and a willingness to withstand. Willingness to change. You know, what's the King Vader formula?
So at this point, it's hard to describe because I feel like it's forever changing. You know, I feel like one thing that people are going to start to realize is that King Vader has errors. You know, another point I was on Vine. Another point I'm doing this on Instagram. Another point we're working with Netflix. So it's like I feel like we're forever changing.
The algorithm is going to change. Your audience is going to change. Life is going to change. And most of all, you as a person are going to change over time. And if your content isn't able to reflect those changes, you're going to get left behind. Warning, I'm not saying you have to force yourself to do a complete 180 of your content. But what I am saying is that these big content creators are where they're at right now because they were willing to make changes when necessary. Tweaking their approach, like maybe swearing a little bit less or making their videos shorter, and not being afraid to try new ideas.
Just don't doubt your creative process and don't doubt your initial ideas. Write it down. You can add on to it later.
Execute it, bro. It's so many ideas I have, like, this joint not even funny. Right. Then I put it out, that joint blew up.
Willingness to improve. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, all right? I don't think that quality is a necessity for being a big content creator. On every social media platform, you're gonna have some content creators that make doo-doo water videos but are still able to garner an audience. But even if you look at their platforms, you'll start to realize that their content goes from absolutely atrocious doo-doo water to, you know, slightly decent doo-doo. I need to stop. You know, I just need to stop talking about doo-doo water. Hone your skills and get better every single video. Yeah, let's just go with that.
No, I have a lot of self-re-evaluation. You know, like I'm constantly watching my content. I'm constantly seeing where I can do better, where I can improve, you know.
Right. You feel like you need to work on something, work on it. You feel like your editing is not, you know, up to par. Look at YouTube tutorials, learn how to edit and stuff like that.
Yeah, like if you're trying to grow in gaming and trying to get this YouTube channel, like learn some editing too, so you're not relying on somebody else to get your content out there. You can crank it out faster.
We'll be very self-critical, why people want to look at you, and then you just have to chip away at it, and that's the journey, finding out what people want and being able to provide it.
Willingness to withstand. Now hear me when I say this. As a content creator, you are going to go through some BS. Whether that be your computer crashing and you lose all of your files, getting hate comments on the internet, or just having your own personal issues with the content that you're making, you are going to go through some BS. I'm so confident when I'm saying this, right? If you're not able to handle adversity as a person, you're not gonna make it as a content creator. Is that too harsh? I'm sorry. Like, how do you deal with the haters, dude?
I love them.
On some Jesus stuff.
No, for real, because the haters bring the engagement.
That's true.
The haters, they bring the comments up. They have to watch it to hate it. At first, when you start out, the interaction you get is all love. I'd rather have 500 comments of hate with 2,000 comments of love, than just 10 comments of I love you.
Oh,
you know, it's a numbers game.
At the end of the day, adversity is a real thing, you know, but it's about standing up and facing adversity, and that's the only way you can truly get past it.
We did it, guys. We finally made it to the end. We finally found our 3 things that make a big psych. I lied. There's actually a 4th thing that you need. Something so integral to becoming a content creator that if you don't have it, literally everything else will fall apart. Every big content creator that I talked to at Dreamcon all had this twinkle in their eye, a desire to make more content. But this wasn't just any type of normal desire. No, this was hunger.
I was putting out like 2 or 3 videos a week, and the way I do my rants and stuff like that, it was hard. Like it was hard to put out that, but I was nonstop with it. I was hungry.
Right.
I was hungry, so yeah.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm hungry, I have to eat or else I'll eventually die. Now, while I do understand that that's not as dramatic of a consequence for, you know, not posting videos, I've come to the conclusion that these content creators have convinced themselves that it is. Once you flip the switch from I want to make content to I need to make content, that's when you're putting yourself in the same mindset as these big content creators. So to every content creator that's watching this video right now, I have a question. Yes, you specifically. Are you hungry? Because if you're not hungry, you're not going to be willing to be consistent. You're not going to be able to take in new information, and you're not going to be willing to withstand all of the BS that is about to come your way. So with that being said, are you hungry?
Like, I got to be like, okay, it sucks. I ain't got no sleep. I ain't feeling good. Where the monster at?
Yeah.
Let's get to work, you know?
Let's get it.
Like, that's really what it is some days, too. So, yeah, you just got to kind of feed the beast, bro.
So with all that being said, I hope that this paints the picture of what it takes to be a big content creator. But is this what I think it takes to become a good content creator? No.
I feel like a big creator is just a creator that got a lot of followers. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
But it's not synonymous with a good creator. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, being a good content creator will always be more subjective. But here are a couple of things I like to focus on as time goes on. Let me know if you think of anything else in the comment section below.
Yeah. It's all about having fun. Like if you have fun, you'll find people that loves what you do, and you don't even know it.
Don't just do the trend. You have to be original and put your own spin on it.
Okay.
A lot of people that do the same thing.
Right.
And if you come out and you do something that's way different than everybody, you're going to stick out.
Honestly, build a community. How you build your community initially sends ripples for everything else.
If you got 3 viewers, that's an audience right there. That's an audience right there. Those 3 people can rant and tell 3 more people.
Surround yourself with people that have the same goals as you. You know what I'm saying?
You got your village, you know what I mean? And this is the people that's going to have you be like, okay, when you're having a down day, they're going to be like, nah, bro, but we got this. We got this.
They really do.
Family, bro.
You just have to work hard, stay true to yourself, and the authenticity will show through the camera, will show through your work, and that's going to get you success. And so right now I'm working on that, working on growing, and I can't wait to check y'all's channel out. This seems dope. You're dope at what you do, brother.
Thank you so much,
For
man.
sure.
Now, thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video. Shout out to Dreamcon for just having me aboard. It was really fun. Oh yeah, and also thanks to every content creator that was able to be a part of this video. You guys were so nice to me. All of their channels in the description below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But wait, hold on. Let's just say that you've never made a video before. Literally disregard everything that I've said in the video until you do this.
When I first started and said, how do I become a big creator? I always thought, what can I do that 99% of people don't do, or 95? And that's actually do it.
They
give
don't
up.
make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. The ones that don't make it, don't make it.
Anyway, my name is Fitzy Allen. Live in love, make some dang content, and have a good day. Peace. Bro, what words you got to say to anybody that wasn't able to make it out to Dreamcon this year?
I hate you. I'm just kidding.
You suck. Y'all should have been here, bro.
Bro, I love you, but you got to be here next year, though. This was one of the dopest Dreamcons possible, bro. And they're going to be talking about this for the whole year up until the next one.
I know soda.
That's fire.
Beautiful voice.
Bro,
We
I
were
should perform
harmony.
with you today.
All right. I'll talk to my people.
I'll talk to my people. Are y'all cool with that?